For your cheapest and most reliable place to buy FC24 coins, check out mmoexp.com. Link is down in the description below. Use the code WOLF at the checkout for 5% off your order. The 4-4-2 YouTube, I have loved this formation ever since Kurt made it popular on FIFA 18. It is an amazing formation, but first, drop this video a like for me. Drop a comment down below, and if you can hit that subscribe button to my channel, that would mean the world to me. So you are going to want to use balanced on the defensive style. Check out trustdice.win. Link is down in the description below. You do also get daily bonuses just for logging in and have daily login rewards on the crypto bonus. You do have a live casino and a normal casino that you can check out. So if you do want to check out Trust Dice, link is down in the description below. Check it out. One thing I will say, the 4-4-2 is an amazing formation defensively, even though you might not think it is. It's actually a very solid formation defensively. You've got everything. You've got the back four, the midfield four in front of you, and then the two strikers. It's actually a formation that I like to defend with, even when I'm not using a 4-4-2. For example, I switched the 4-3-2-1 into a 4-4-2 formation in terms of when I'm defending. So, balance on the defensive style. I would stay well away from press after possession loss and pressure on heavy touch, especially because of a certain depth, which I will tell you about in a minute. I don't really feel like you need to use a pressure tactic on the defensive style. The defensive width, I do go a little bit more narrow in the 4-4-2, though only ever so slightly. I have now tweaked it up from 45 to 47. The reason being, when I went with the 45 defensive width over the last few days, again, being nice and narrow means we are a lot harder to break down, YouTube. Again, being nice and narrow, making us really hard to break down. Nice, that's what I'm talking about. Going a little bit more narrow, we really are hard to break down. I just think it is a little bit too narrow for my liking. I do still want to be narrow in terms of making us nice and compact, but I don't want to be too narrow where then my opponent can just completely abuse the byline meta. So that's why I've gone with like a really nice spot with that 47 width. I really like it. I think it's probably the best defensive width we can use at this moment in time with the 4-4-2. So that is why I am using the 47 width. The defensive depth, yes, YouTube, you know what I'm about to say. The 71 depth is back. So, of course, I'm going to be using the 71 depth. There it is, the 71 depth, winning the ball nice and high up the pitch. If any of you don't know what the 71 depth does, when we lose the ball, our team will automatically press and automatically offside trap. It is super broken. It was actually the most broken thing from the start of FC24 right up until December. And then EA dropped a massive patch which did actually nerf the 71 depth into the ground. But over the last 2.5 weeks, I've noticed 71 depth has made a comeback. I don't know whether they dropped a soft patch or something, but the patch that they did drop 6, 7, 8 weeks ago is not the same anymore. So 71 depth is back. One thing I will say though, if you don't want to use 71 depth, me personally in the 4-4-2 I would use 60 depth, but of course I just much prefer the 71 depth. I'm going to use it until it isn't broken anymore because it is just so overpowered. The offense's build-up play is of course going to be balanced. I don't really like anything else. If I was going to use something else other than balanced with the 4-4-2 on the build-up play, it would be long ball. I do think long ball is good and a viable option, but me personally, I just much prefer balanced on the build-up play. This tactic is used for a balanced team that maintains this formation. Players will support and make runs when they think it's the right time to do so. I just much prefer that, YouTube. I really do. I don't really feel the need to use anything else other than balance. The chance creation, of course, you know what I'm going to say at this point. I'm not even going to go into any detail with it. It is, of course, direct passing. I'm literally not going to go into any detail, YouTube. Balance or direct passing, your bread and butter. Now, the offensive width, I do go slightly more narrow now with the 4-4-2. Only ever so slightly. I have matched up the defensive width with the offensive width. So I'm using 47 on the defensive width and the offensive width as well. Basically, I want my left midfielder and my right midfielder to come inwards a little bit, but not massively, because I do still want them to provide the width at the same time. So that's why I've gone with a little bit more of a narrow offensive width, but nowhere near as narrow as I have done on previous patches. Players in the box, of course, is going to be 7, YouTube. The way I look at that is the more players that we have in the box, the more likely we are to score a goal. That is the way I look at it. Always have done and always will. So 7 players in the box, 2 corners and 2 free kicks like so. Custom tactics done. Let's get into the player instructions. Now, you are going to want to use stay central, get in behind, and come back on defense on both the strikers. Beautiful. There's the striker again on stay central and getting behind, as we do get a lovely green time finish as well. Again, having the strikers on stay central and getting behind, so key. Beautiful. And that's what I'm talking about. Having your strikers in them central areas of the pitch is so important. They stay central, pretty simple really. I want both of my strikers to stay in them central areas of the pitch. I'm not interested at all in my strikers venturing out wide because we've got the left midfielder and the right midfielder to do that. Ignore where my players are on the screen right now. They're all mixed up actually. The getting behind, of course, I want both of my strikers to make them penetrating runs in behind. I feel like it's so needed on this game, YouTube. I really do. One thing I will say though, because I know a lot of you probably won't like having both of your strikers on getting behind. If that is you and you do want to mix it up a little bit, put the slower striker that you've got. So for me, of course, on my RTG, it would be Neymar. Put that striker on mixed attack so that sometimes they make the run in behind, but other times they do just stand kind of like in that striker position, because I know a lot of you that use my custom tactics, you don't like having both the strikers on getting behind, but for me, I absolutely love it. The comeback on defense, it's kind of like a defensive move, but at the same time, it's an offensive move. I just don't want there to be too much of a big gap between my two strikers and my two central midfielders, really. The left midfielder and the right midfielder are on both exactly the same thing, YouTube. So come back on defense, cut inside, get in behind, and get into the box for cross. And you'll see my right midfielder is on the same as well. So come back on defense, cut inside, get in behind, and get into the box for cross. And there it is, having the left midfielder on cut inside and getting behind and getting to the box for cross. That's a perfect example of having the left midfielder and the right midfielder, making them kind of inward runs. So important. Beautiful. That's why it's so, again, I'm going to tell you again, the left midfielder and the right midfielder on cut inside. And then you see there, because he's on getting to the box for cross as well, he is in the box when we're working out an attack. The comeback on defense just makes us more defensively solid. The cut inside and the getting behind and the getting to the box for cross are the key aspects in the 4-4-2 though, YouTube. Basically, I want my left midfielder and my right midfielder to kind of make inward runs towards my two strikers, but at the same time, I don't want them to be right underneath my striker, which is why I only go down to 47 on the offensive width. See, there is method to everything I do, YouTube. It's very important and very much an underrated aspect of the 4-4-2. Having the left midfielder and the right midfielder cutting inwards rather than them just holding the width on the left and right hand side of the pitch. It's actually so overpowered. So definitely give it a try and let me know in the comment section down below if you do enjoy it. Of course, to get into the box for cross, the more players that we have in the box, YouTube, the more goals we will score. Very simple. My right central midfielder is like a traditional number 6 and a CDM. So my right central midfielder will stay back while attacking and cover centre. So he will win the ball back and then just give it to the better players. Your right central midfielder in the 4-4-2, you will notice, will make a lot of defensive interceptions and just stay there holding it down like a good traditional number 6, like a Rodri, Boubacar Kamara, Fabinho, Casemiro at Man United. Kind of like them type of players. That is that, or Palinha for Fulham. That is that right central midfielder for me. My left central midfielder, think of this player like a traditional number 10. So because of that, my left central midfielder is on balanced attack, getting to the box for cross and cover centre. Oh, beautiful. It's even a red time shot. But there you see the left central midfielder getting forward and helping out in the attack. So needed in the 4-4-2. So my left central midfielder will make a lot of runs forward, but at the same time, because he's not on get forward, won't make completely darting runs forward where he'll run beyond the striker. So when we're kind of like working the ball into the box, the left central midfielder, because he is on getting to the box across, will make a lot of attacking runs, third man runs into the box. Very much needed in my opinion. I then personally, YouTube, play with both my left back and my right back on stay back while attacking. I don't feel the need to attack with my left back and my right back in the 4-4-2. Both my centre backs are on completely default settings, so stay back while attacking, normal interceptions, and stick to position. And then last but not least, my goalkeeper is on comes for crosses and sweeper keeper. That right there is my brand new updated 4-4-2 custom tactics for you. If you did enjoy this video, you know what to do. Drop it a like for me, drop a comment down below, and if you can hit that subscribe button to my channel, that would mean the world to me. Thank you for watching. Remember, YouTube, spread the love and positivity. PMA, positive mental attitude. Peace out. One love.